Now, you may have noticed that the alphabet actually has no letter H. There is the letter eta right here, which the capital, of course, looks exactly like our letter H, but is not aspirated. It's pronounced as a, as in they say here, wait or bait. But I think I told you it's a little flatter than that, and that there is Demosthenes, the order, right? So that's an eta there. That's an a, but it doesn't make an H sound. So in a language where you have lots of names like Homer and Hesiod, or words like Helios, or a name like Hercules, you might wonder where the H sound comes from. And the answer is a thing called a rough breathing. And so if you look at that epsilon right there, it has a little turned in kind of almost like a quotation mark over the vowel at the beginning of the word. So a vowel at the beginning of a word that was supposed to be aspirated with the H sound had that little rough breathing mark, the sort of inward turned quotation mark. If the word is capitalized, as they tell you here, as in Helen, right? You see that's a capital epsilon there, and then the rough breathing goes right before the letter to the upper left, whereas with the small letter it goes right above it. Okay. There was also a thing called the smooth breathing, okay, which is like a turned out um, quotation mark or quotation mark, but it's unaspirated. It makes no sound. Okay, so there you have an omicron there with a smooth breathing mark turned out, or the name Electra, right, which has a smooth breathing there turned out, and it simply just wasn't pronounced. Now they tell you here all words with a vowel, or start with a beginning with a vowel, must have either a smooth or a rough breathing. Okay, so there's hypothesis. Okay, and down here they also note that the letter rho, if it starts a word, is going to have a rough breathing over it as well. So that's a rho and an eta. That's the word hare, to, ri, ke. Now, just for curiosity's sake, you might ask yourself why. What's the reason for the smooth breathing? And the real answer is I don't actually know, but my guess is that it's a later invention for people who did not speak Greek, let's say Romans, who did not have aspirated vowels at the beginning of words. You might notice sometimes if you know anyone who's French or Italian, um, that they sometimes get confused about when to aspirate vowels and when not to. I have a story of a friend of mine, her husband was saying that they had organized, on Easter, they had organized a heg hunt for their son. Or a French friend of mine who I once offered some olives to said, no, thank you, I ate olives. So because those languages, French and Italian, they have no aspiration. They have no aspirated vowels. They don't have words that start with a h sound, a vowel sound. Um, so I think it's just to clear up the confusion. It's like telling you, oh, okay, here's a vowel, but you're not going to aspirate it. This one up here, you are going to aspirate it. So that's rough and smooth breathing. Rough breathing is the H sound. The smooth breathing is not pronounced, but it's there. All words have to have either rough or smooth breathing at the beginning if they start with a vowel. And the letter rho has a rough breathing over it if it starts a word as well.